What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to talk about a haul of 800 CDs that I bought off of Craigslist over the weekend. I've got 105 CDs to list, and I'm going to show you a big part of my process and how I get that done. Coming up now. Hey everybody, it's Manny. Welcome back to Manny's Book Bag. Today I want to talk to you about a CD haul that I had over the weekend. I bought it for $100, and what I got out of the 800 CDs was 105 CDs that are perfect for FBA. I took the duds to a local used book and CD store, and I got them to buy them off of me. And here they are. All in all is 105 of them out of the 800. Now that comes out to about like 12 to 15% hit rate. And that's a really good haul for $100. Like I said before, I already got 64 of that back. So the fact that these 105 CDs are all FBA worthy, that's going to be a huge amount of profit. Let me share some criteria with you guys. I'm not sending anything at all to FBA that's not going to sell for at least $8.95. Typically, when I'm doing anything like a bulk haul, I'll send typically most things that are under 300,000. That'll become my cutoff. When I'm cherry picking, I like to keep it under 200 and then go up from there based on how much I can get for the CD and if there's no competition on it. Now, for a lot of these CDs that are truly worth quite a bit of money, I think I went as high up as an average rank of about 400,000. But typically that CD is going to sell for over $25, and there's literally no other FBA offers on that. I'm especially inclined to go in on a high ranked if there's like one or two offers and they're in acceptable or good condition, because as you can see here, I'm going to show you, I actually repair the CDs. I make them look beautiful, where I can list them as high up as like new if the artwork is pristine. Usually when you have this kind of a setup, it really becomes about the artwork. If the artwork has any scuffs or any sort of creases, if it's not absolutely perfect, then the CD in my book is always going to go very good. I never test that. I never chance it. If the artwork is perfect and I can get a mirror-like shine on the CD, then it's going to be sold as like new. And you can make a lot of money on CDs based on condition. Now, one more thing about this, I'm going to show you later on in this video. I've got about 17 or 18 of these CDs that are ranked under 150,000 that will all sell for a minimum of $20, and many of them are actually going to sell for much higher than that, up to like $30 or $40 for the CD. So if I take an average sale price of $20 for those 17, that's about $240 net on average, and that's actually going to be higher. Let me show you what I'm working with. Besides the CDs here, I want to show you just my way of staying somewhat organized when I do all of these. Got my CDs that I'm going to resurface here. I always have my jewel cases stacked up. I learned in the restaurant business a long time that we pretty much stock to rock. You know, you're only going to do as good a job as you prepare to, and I stack my supplies to the ceiling. I have a JFJ Easy Pro here. This used to be my main machine. Now I still use it, but I will typically only use it for the purposes of sanding a high value CD that the Eco Pro 2 was not able to completely bring back to a mirror-like finish. I've got my clear CD jewel cases that are ready to go here. Here's my main machine. It's the Eco Pro 2. I know a lot of you use this as well. It's about $1,000 machine. Elm USA is going to run specials on occasion, so always keep an eye out on that. I will tell you this, it's a pretty hefty investment, especially for someone that doesn't do this quite full-time like myself. But I'm going to tell you what, the day that I bought this, my efficiency soared, and so did my CD sales, because I wasn't sitting on CDs. Now, typically when I was using this JFJ machine, 105 CDs like this, I don't even want to think about how long this would take me. Now, 105 CDs using this Eco Pro 2 is technically at 30-second cycles I would be able to do that in an hour. But really, it's some of the CDs will take 1 minute to get completely cleaned out. And yeah, so I would say within 2 hours, all of this will be done. I'll have it sorted by condition, and I'll have it all ready to list. Now over here, I've got my trays. One of the things that I'll show you is when I make the purchase on my jewel cases, I buy them with no inserts. This is going to save you a ton of time. What I do is I buy the inserts separately, and that way I can just use whatever I need to at the time, and I don't have to take time to take the inserts out of the jewel cases. That's absolutely pivotal if you want to be efficient and you're going to do any kind of volume at all. But this is the star of the show. This is the Eco Pro 2, and when you turn it on, it always pops up for you. Now, there are plenty of resources on this machine if you do a simple search on YouTube. I don't need to really get into how it works, but what I will do is I'll just show you one really quickly so that you can see a little bit of my process and what I do to try and get through with these as quickly as I can. All right, so here we go. I've got my my Eco Pro 2 ready to go. Pads are in place. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna pull a CD, and the first thing that I do is I take a look at the CD, and what I want to see is I'm looking for any kinds of scratching, any sort of surface wear, and really over time you become really good at determining what kind of scratches are just too deep and won't come out with a 30-second repair. This one doesn't look too bad. There's a little bit of scratching here at the base. I'm going to keep an eye out on that right around 5 o'clock here. And other than that, I mean, this one should be a 30-second repair. Shouldn't be a big deal at all. It looks pretty clean. If I did no repairing to this one could actually go very good right out of the box. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop it in there for 30 seconds. When I close it, it starts by itself. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take apart the artwork. I'm going to throw that all away. I'm going to take a brand new jewel case. I'm going to insert the artwork there, and I'm going to replace the correct insert with a brand new one. Okay, now I'm ready to go, because what I do at this stage, I review the artwork here, because remember what I said, typically for me, the condition hinges on the artwork. Where the little plastic holders are right here, you'll see some markings here, usually where somebody places the artwork back into the jewel case incorrectly. At the end here, where you've got the little dots and the little notches, sometimes you'll see imperfections on the artwork right there. If that's something that you see, that's typically a CD that no matter what I do to the actual CD, I will usually only grade that as very good. Now here is the CD. Now I had some scratches right around 5 o'clock, and yes, they are all gone. Look at that CD. The artwork on that is like new. The CD itself is like new. So typically what I will do is I will start a pile. And this pile right here is going to be my like new pile. If I have very good CDs, they go in this pile. And if I've sourced any former library CDs, I'll make a third pile as well. But that's usually all I need to do. But that's typically how I repair a CD. As I said before, I don't usually use my JFJ anymore unless a CD is so valuable that I really do want to send it in as like new. I'll use the JFJ for sanding. But really, my focus on my CD business is staying stocked on all my supplies, sourcing CDs very regularly, and really, I'm trying very hard to increase my quantity at the warehouse, but it's getting hard to keep up because every month I seem to be selling more and more CDs. Right now, CDs are about 30% of my business, and probably by the beginning of June, I will have all of 2016's CD sales in already for 2017. So it should be a really big year. Now, I mentioned earlier that about 17 of these CDs are $20 and up with relatively good sales ranks. What I want to do now is I actually want to show you those on FBASCAN. FBASCAN is the only scanning app that I use, and it's absolutely, I think it's critical if you sell books or CDs or DVDs or anything like that. The biggest advantages to FBASCAN is just how quickly you receive the data, and also average sales rank. FBASCAN is going to calculate the average sales rank for the item that you scan over the previous 6 months. So not only do you get a current sales rank, but you also get to compare that with what it's done over the last 6 months. So you know if you're sourcing a CD that just sold but will take forever to sell, or if you're actually sourcing a regular seller. Let me show you those CDs right now. Alright folks, I made a quick slideshow for you of what I think are the best overall CDs. There are other CDs in the 105 that I'm sending in that may actually sell for more money, but they will also take a lot longer to sell. All of the CDs that I'm showing you here, I plan on selling for at least $20. They have low competition, and the average sales rank is typically under 150K for what I consider to be the premium CDs. So I'm going to show you them now with this slideshow. If I have anything in specific that I want to show you about either FBASCAN or why I chose that particular CD, I'll pause this real quick and I'll go into details. So right off the bat, I'm going to pause this because I want to show you at just a couple of things that I'm looking for. This CD here, you're going to notice that an FBASCAN right here is my sales rank, and then next to it is the average sales rank. So not only is that a really a good seller, it's a fast seller, it's also a very consistent seller. I've got my lowest price is $17.50 in very good condition, and I will either go $1 or $2 above that, or I'll come maybe just within $1 of the new one if I get to like new when I'm done resurfacing it. But you're going to notice, and by all means leave in the comments below if you see otherwise, but almost all of the CDs are going to have very, very low numbers of competition here. Some of the CDs are going to have very high merchant fulfilled pricing as well. But in a lot of them, such as this one, you're also going to see that there is still a very healthy gap between merchant fulfilled and FBA. Let's move on. Manhattan Transfer, classic, only 3 offers, $30, very good, fast seller. Walt Disney, Bolo, always look out. I mean, look at that low MF price. Jesus Christ Superstar, this is a 2 CD set. Inc., never heard of it before, but $30 for FBA offers. NFL CD, awesome fast seller. Look at the low price on that. Justin and Christina, you know what I'm saying. I had to wrestle with this one because I love JT, and I wanted to keep this for myself, so I settled for burning it instead. But still, only one offer, $24. I'll probably come in around 20 or 21 at an average rank of 135. Enough copies sell that, yeah, I mean, I'm going to get my money pretty quickly on it. I actually have 2 copies of this one here. I'll probably come in at right around $20 on it. Best of 4 place, $16. One competing offer, 26K rank. Greatest hits of Kenny Rogers. Now, if you know anything about the way that I source CDs, you know that I absolutely love motion picture soundtracks. This is Return to Me. I don't even return the movie, but it looks like a rom-com. 83,000 is the current rank. The average sales rank is 35,000. And there's only 5 FBA offers, with one person, for whatever reason, all the way down to $9.90. They decided to more or less match the landed used merchant fulfill price. Everybody else is up a little higher, and I actually think that with that kind of a sales rank, you could actually separate even more. If these 4 people weren't all sitting at $24.95, I would want to come in higher, $29.99, $34.95 because the new merchant fulfilled price is so high. I guarantee you, if these 5 weren't in your way, I bet you it would sell for $35. I couldn't hear nobody pray. Once again, never heard of it before, but look at those low MFs. Now this one I'm going to pause for a second because I'm going to show you why I'm going to get $20 for this CD. Not only is it a very regular seller, it recently sold. It has an average rank of about 106,000. Now, nothing special about Merchant Fulfilled, and you're going to say, but Manny, I know there's only 3 offers, but there's nothing special here. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you about this. Acceptables, I completely disregard acceptables. The second offer is in good condition. I'm either going to come in very good condition or like new. Now, I want to highlight the third offer here, $20, like new condition. You would say $20 is about all you could get. Now, I'll be happy with that, but I'm also going to explain to you why this offer right here I completely ignore. In FBASCAN, you see this little green C right there? That means that this seller has listed this particular CD as collectible. When a buyer clicks on new or clicks on used, collectible is not going to come up. I know some folks may disagree and say that, oh yeah, I sell plenty of things in collectible condition. What I will tell you is that collectible is basically where really nice books and CDs go to die. Collectible does not pop up in the search for used. It's its own category, and it's often overlooked. So if a buyer goes in and they want to check used copies of this CD, they're going to see the 538 acceptable, the 793 good, and they're probably going to see me around $24.95 at like new. Or if it's very good, I'll be at $19.99 just to get the sale. Now, keep that in mind because you're going to see that a lot. Now, what's helping me is that the sales rank is low enough where if one person for whatever reason chooses to risk it unacceptable, I know the next buyer is going to be back soon enough where I'm not going to be sitting on the CD for a long time. So let sales rank be your guide as far as whether you can let somebody buy or whether you can be a little more aggressive with your pricing. This one is a charitable CD. I actually bought this new at one point. It's for the Pediatric AIDS Foundation. Now you're going to see once again there's only 3 FBA offers. The sales rank is ridiculously good, and you're going to see this U right here. When there's multiple offers, U means this is the lowest FBA price. One of the features of FBASCAN when you're in live mode, when you're not in database mode, is that the top FBA that you see is 100% the lowest FBA price. You don't need to tap on this FBA header here to see if there's anything lower. That will always be the lowest price, and that's a real time saver with FBASCAN. Another awesome CD, just one offer at $20, 100. Oh, see, oh, I lied. This one has an average rank of 151,000, so I broke my 150K rule. And this last one is a Jimmy Swaggart CD. Now this one is actually still wrapped and sealed, so I have to figure out how I want to sell this one. There's only one FBA offer at $59.75, and it is new, so I will come in a little lower than this, but look at the very lowest merchant fulfilled copy is $31.98, and there's 3 new merchant fulfilled copies and starting at $35.49. So I may go ahead and land somewhere around here to get the sale, but look at it, it's so rare. There's only 5 copies total being sold on Amazon, so this should be a fairly quick seller, especially if I provide a little bit of value at the FBA
Pretty cool
level.
stuff, huh? And just to think that I've already gotten $64 of my $100 back by getting rid of my duds. That's the other thing I'll tell you. If you're going to do any sort of a bulk haul or you're going to get into just bulk purchases in general, make sure you've got a plan for your duds because they will pile up on you. And it's really, really great if you got a plan to monetize them. And that's all I've got for you today, folks. If you found value in this video and you want me to make more of them, make sure you pound that like button, teach it a lesson. Now, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure you pound that book bag up here in this corner. It's going to set you up with notifications for when new videos drop. Thank you once again for everything, folks. Until next time, let's go make some money.